Hello students. Today we are going to revise the second lesson of economics, that is people as resource, and I hope you might have learned it very well and you have written test on it. Right. So once again we are going to revise for the periodic test, and this key points will help you a lot to in clearing all those one mark questions, and also other than that to have a good idea about this lesson. So at first we all know that in this lesson people is the resource and people is the capital over here, human capital. And how normally we all know that population is an asset and not an liability. I said you what is asset and what is liability clearly, right? And people is here considered as human resource. And why they were considered as human resource? Because they have the ability to contribute to GDP, that is gross domestic product. And people in terms of the productive skills, they can be considered as human resource, and from human resource they will be considered as human capital, and this will be created by, and finally it forms as human capital formation, right? And human capital, what is mean by human capital? First, we all know that we are processing various skills and productive knowledge in us, right? The stock of the skills and productive knowledge embodied is mainly said to be called as the human capital here. And human resource, what it is, we normally have education, higher degrees, and also we will be possessing a healthy body, right? So that's what, become more educated and healthy. That's what, that is human capital formation or HCF. Okay. And how can a person invest in this human resource? That I already said you, your parents is investing on you, right? They are providing you education, training and medical care, and that is how we are becoming a human resource. And what all the things we are possessing because of that? Higher productivity, higher yield, higher education, and we are feeling healthier. And these productivity and healthiness is what making us to get some job, good job, so that if we earn more money and if we are healthy, automatically the society will get uplifted, right? So that's what, so that is what it is said clearly, that let us change the society, coining population need not be a liability, right? And how this is created, how this population is considered to be a asset, right? If you have your own education, and other than that possessing more skills, and you're healthy and you're well enough to do what, earn much money, right? So then you are considered to be a productive asset. Because of you money, you that is continuous profit, right? Yeah. So that's why you are mainly considered as productive asset. And other than that, we are using what, nowadays we are using more use of modern technologies. It's all because of the skills and knowledge of the people, right? And third thing is use of scientific researches. By undergoing various researches nowadays, various things are invented, right? Various even treatments and everything is created, right? And that is also one main thing. And other than that, training to industrial and agricultural workers. By giving proper training to the industrial people, they will be the, until then they were using only the manpower, but after that if they are getting more skill towards what usage of these machineries, automatically they will become a skilled worker, right? And also in the same way in agriculture also, by using various scientific methods nowadays, like usage of tractors and plowing machines and harvesting machines and various things, and the use of HYV seeds, high yield variety seeds, and various things. By that the agriculture can be improved by the agriculture workers. So if they were more skilled in that, automatically they will become the agricultural what, they will give more productivity. And also efficient use of resources. And the statistics proves that educated parents are the only people who invest more on education and health. So that's what here also it's given in that page itself, like how a doctor, teacher, engineer and tailor are an asset to the economy, right? By having various skills or undergoing various trainings, right? As an overview we can see that population is an asset and it is not a liability of a nation. And also that is the reason population becomes human capital. And this human capital is, already I have said you, stock of skill and productive knowledge embodied in them. And when this human resource is further developed by becoming more educated and healthy, it is called to be human capital formation. And history proves that countries with less natural resources or devoid and purely human resource. And when we are coming to the economic activities by men and women, we study what all the things, market activities mainly. Market and non-market activities. I said you before, if you purchase a thing, purchase a good, and you are planning to sell it, then it comes under market activity. And if you are purchasing some goods and if you are using it for your own purpose, then it is said to be called as non-market activity, right? So otherwise it can be said as non-market activities means production for self-consumption. And one more thing, what it is in sense, nowadays we all know that women were not paid for self-consumption, right? Yeah, normally it's for our own use, right? And also women are paid when they enter into factory, the labor market also, they were not paid in a very great thing, but somewhat they are getting paid. So this also considered to be a market activity, right? And what are the problems of the unorganized sector that we are facing now? So mainly because of meager education and low skills, most of the people are getting employed in unorganized sector, and that's the reason they are getting very low salary and everything, right? And if they are joining in an unorganized sector, automatically I said you, like low paid, they were low paid, and also the job was not irregular, or that was, the job was irregular actually. There won't be regular jobs, and there won't be what a standard salary, and also there won't be no job security. When they will be thrown out of the job, they don't know, right? And also most of the unorganized sector, there won't be the base, they won't have the basic facilities, like what a good, like what to say, EPF, health insurance, or something else, and even safety measures, as well as what the basic needs like restrooms and various things that the workers that they need essentially, right? So all these are the things, main problems, though many things is discussed in our book, these were the major key points. You have to read all those things to have a clear idea about it. And the questions mostly will be deep inside from the book, and not from not it will not be common, it will be twisted, and it will be a little bit hard, so that you should understand the question. In sense, you should read. The more you read, the more you will gain knowledge, right? So next important thing in that unorganized sector is, though we will be having higher education and skill, we will be paid par with men in something, some in organized sectors and all. You all know that higher education and skills, if you are having, means automatically they'll be giving high salary. And in the same way, what if they enter into a medical or teaching or administrative services, also there are both organized and unorganized sector, but the salary is far different from that, right? And quality of population, in sense, we could say totally 100 people are there, in sense, some people will have high literacy. So the literacy rate, we have to only decide the quality of population, that is how much they learn, right? And you all know the formula and also the definition for it. And also the next important thing is life expectancy. Life expectancy is nothing but when the child born, automatically the by checking her or his health, they will assume the life span of that particular child. This is what the life expectancy is. And also skill formation required, how much skill the candidate is possessing, the a person is possessing. With that only the quality of him will be calculated. So this quality of population only decides the growth rate of the country, right? And next important thing is education. When we are coming into education, you all know that it is the only open horizon, and to have growth in all the three sectors, primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. And only if the growth in the primary, secondary, and tertiary sector happens, then only the gross national income, that is what gross national product is nothing but the product what value that I have already said. Gross national income in sense the total income from various sectors, right? That will increase. And if there is good gross national income, then automatically the standard of the life of the people living in that country or the particular area will become better than that, right? And if it becomes better, automatically there will be the cultural richness, and this cultural richness also gives more efficiency for the people, right? And all these things, that is mainly this education provides all these things. And what mainly the education aims at, it aims at the universal access. Everyone can have education wherever you go. And next thing is retention. And finally, quality in primary education with special what emphasis on girls, because only if the girls are educated, the country will get educated, because they will be the people taking care of all the children, their own children, and because of them only the skills are getting what increased in the children, right? And what all the steps that was taken by the government in order to develop all these things? First thing is pace sitting schools for every district, and everything they are having a good number of government schools, and also they are providing better education and everything in order to develop the children. That is, and even main what to say is we are having through various schemes, they are having they are giving compulsory education, right? And also next thing is after completing the 10th standard or something else, or even those people who haven't have any education, for them also we are having vocational streams, mainly after 10th standard you would know about that, right? Yeah, for high school children, for occupational knowledge and skills, those who wish to do their own business, or to do what something with what they have, or to start a business or whatever it is, it helps a lot. And also to go for various jobs, this vocational training will help them, right? And next thing is plan outlays means in the first plan of a government, how much crore they have was spent for this. It's around 151 crores, and in the 10th plan it was around 43,825 crores. Okay, and that is because of this one reason, GDP increases from 0.64 from in the year 1951 to 52 to 3.98. Okay, 98 crores water in 2002 to 3. And by this you could easily analyze how the literacy rate is increased, and it's around 18 percentage to 65 percentage in the year 2001, and now it got more than that. Okay, and here also what all the things we have to discuss is, and we have to find out in that is, I have already said you, and you have also wrote this as a homework, that is, has the literacy rates of India increased since 1951? Yes. And why literacy rate is high among males of India? Because in most of the areas, most of the among most of the uncivilized people and uneducated people, they are still not permitting the girl children to go to school. And also even they were sent to school, their education was stopped in very few years. That is the reason mainly for a high literacy rate in males in India, right? And why are women less educated than men? Yeah, that is also, we have many reasons for that, right? Okay, and next we are coming to the composition. So how many people are mainly educated in our country? So when we are coming to male, around 50 percentage of the people, and than women, okay, were educated. And also in urban areas also the same than rural. Rural have 50 percentage more than this urban people. And also mainly this Kerala state is the only state that possess the first, that is a highest literacy rate, that is 96%. And Madhya Pradesh is the very less is the only state having very less literacy rate, that is 30 percentage. And primary school system is expanded to 5 lakh villages in India. And also this, because of this, what it resulted in diluting more, what diluted the what resulted in diluted by poor quality education. Okay, so and also because of that, more people, more the dropout rates, the failed people in 10th and 12th and everything, that is also increased because of this. Okay, and there is no proper standard, that's what it is said. And also we know various government plans. What is that? Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, providing elementary education for 6 to 14 years. By it was started by 2010. And next thing is back to school camps. Those who dropped their education in their 4th standard or 6th standard or 8th standard or 10th standard, they can continue the schooling. And for that only this scheme was started, that is back to school camps, to increase the enrollment in elementary education. And mainly this happens in for small poor children, what in the age of 5 and 8 and 10, they were taken to the what shops for a job. That is mainly, you all know, no? Yeah, okay. So next thing is by giving midday meal system. So most of the people, most of the poor people, what under the poverty line, they will be not, we will not have even 2 times food. For that, what they will be, the children will be sent to job. So in order to stop that, midday meal scheme was introduced to improve the nutritional status also, and for the people to have the food mainly, and the children to get motivated, and the parents also to send the children to school. And next thing is 10-year plan. That 10-year plan we have already seen, right? So that 10-year plan, what is the aim of that is, in sense, to increase enrollment in higher education for the age group of 18 to 23, that is from 6 percentage to 9 percentage. And the end of the 10th plan period, it was improved from 6 percentage to 9 percentage. And next thing, what were the strategies that our government is undergoing? So the various strategies is access. First thing is access, universal access. So wherever you go, you have the right to have education. Second thing, quality of education is much improved in our state and also in our country. And next thing, curriculum modification. In the olden days, the curriculum was what only to develop their knowledge and skills, but now it not only what create increases their knowledge, but also it gives us various creative ideas and various skills in various things to get us what well versed with all those things, right? And it mainly aims at the what development of the child in future. And next thing is vocationalization. I already said you, by this most of the students in which field they want to what excel, they can choose that thing. And next thing is use of information technology, that is IT, right? So by that thing we could access whatever thing we want. Even what I'm saying is, you can refer the net and everything, all these, and also you could gather more information. And next thing is distant education. By this distant education, those who cannot able to go regularly to schools and colleges, they can have their own education. Okay, yeah. And this, because of this, there is a significant improvement from 51 to from 1951 to 2000. And number of ITs, number of vocational groups, number of colleges, universities, and enrollment of students, recruitment of teachers, everything happens during this time. And next thing is health is also, I said you, education and health, that is very, that is the two important thing that a person should possess to develop the standard of the nation, and also to develop the what gross national income. Yeah, our national policy mainly aimed at what accessibility of healthcare, family welfare, and nutritional service to underprivileged privileged population. And over 50 years, in the last 50 years, India built up a very good health infrastructure, both in government as well as in private sectors, that resulted in, by the year 2000, the life expectancy was around 64 years. But now, and also what this infant mortality rate was 171. Okay, Among 1000 it was 147, and now it got what decreased to 147 to 75. And in the same way, birth rate also, it's now 26.1 for 1000, and death rate also 8.7 for 1000. So death rate got reduced. And next final thing is unemployment. So now you can see workforce from 15 to 59 without finding a job is said to be called as unemployment. And in rural areas we could see two type of what unemployment, that is seasonal and disguised. Seasonal, I said you, the people they'll get job only for particular seasons, so mainly for agricultural labors and all, only during the time of harvest and only during the time of flowering. In that time only they'll get the job, all other time they will not be having the job. So that all mainly said to be called as seasonal job, what unemployment. And in the same way disguised unemployment, I said you already, what they will not be paid according to the scale, and what though they have skills, they will not be getting a job properly for that, and the income also will be very less for them. And if it is continued, automatically it becomes a disguised unemployment. And when we are coming to urban unemployment, you could say frictional, cyclical, and structural unemployment, that also we could know, right? So more in population, less number of jobs, and heavy competition. Because of that, what the people were less paid, and that is the reason many problems, right? So all these things we will be learning clearly in the book. And here what all things we are mainly discussing, what can you tell, what are the major reasons of unemployment in India? So these are all very important questions, so you should, I hope you might have already learned about this. And also the rate of unemployment in India is low or high, right? So it's really day to day life, it's slowly getting reduced, but anyway, in our country it is high, right? And what is the reason for that? That also you know well. So next, features. What were the features? And unemployment is more among nowadays, more among graduate and postgraduate than the matriculates, because the educated people are more in our country. And what the companies, industries, and various fields, what it's less, and what the job vacancies are less than what the graduates who are seeking jobs, right? And also what surplus manpower in one and shortage in another. What I am saying is, in some areas for a very less salary they are employing more workers, and in some other areas they are giving normal salaries, but they are having, instead of 10 people to work in that company, they will have only 4 people, and with that 4 people they'll get the job of what work from the that 4 people, the 10 people's job, or what work. Okay, that's what. And unemployment is more in technically qualified people, because the other side there is death of technology skilled people, and that is actually required for the economic growth. Okay. And this unemployment, what are the problems because of that? Because of this unemployment there is waste of human resource. Though we are educated, if they are not getting job, it is waste of human resource. And increase of economic overload. You might have spent a lot amount in your education and health and everything, but if you are not getting any job, it automatically increases the economic need, or the need of money for you, that is overloaded. And also the quality of life also automatically decreases. If you are having skill and you are not getting a proper salary, automatically your quality of life will get decreased, your food habits and everything. And automatically, if you are not having proper food, there will be decline in health. And finally, if you are not at all able to have 3 times food even, automatically what happens, you cannot able to admit your children in a good school, so withdrawal from schools also happen. And because of this unemployment nowadays, what unemployment rate is nowadays, it is slowly getting low, and also potential income is low for most of the people. Poor people find job and live in bare subsistence. And self employment also in primary sector, it's not giving more income. And agriculture, it's more labor observing but no profit, much profit. And secondary sector, small manufacturing and labor observing, they are what manufacturing very less things, so they are engaging very less labors. But that labors were getting, these owners are getting more work from that people. And tertiary sector, if you are coming, new services with technology base. So slowly, that is the reason the tertiary sector is, it is getting improved. This is what we are learning in this lesson, and I hope you might got a good idea about this lesson. And I just want you to read line by line, so that what I am saying is clearly note down. This 9th standard subjects are very, very, very important for you to keep in your mind, so that these questions will be asked in 10th standard as general questions. That time you cannot able to think that, oh my god, it's a 9th standard question. So now itself you get well versed with that, and uh, mainly keep all those things by hearted. Okay, thank you students, have a great day.